Okay, so this one might be a bit more of a grab bag. I'm even less sure than normal about what I'm going to talk about, but I do know we need to pick up where we talked, where we left off with Since I'm Invisible 9, where we talked about seeing the bottom couple of strings or three strings as numbers, and so you would see scale numbers. So we're in the key of what's your favorite key? D flat, you say? Okay, so D flat. So, and when I say the key of D flat, I mean D flat major because it's the same as B flat minor, right? So I see that as 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And if I want a 5 chord, I just put the appropriate cage shape, right? If my root's on the D string and I'm going this way, it's gonna be the D shape, and whatever variant of that I want. 4, or I could do that. 3, 2, 1, or I could go up there, right? But the point is, I'm seeing these numbers 7, 6, right? So this is for some reason I always end up using this. What key is it in? I can't check it. I think it's in D, but M83 Midnight City 6. So 4. So 6. 5, right? 2. 1. G shape, right? So that's the game, you know. I could go to here, 4, 6, or if I see a 6 somewhere else, 5, 5, 5, right? Wherever I see the number 5, I can play the appropriate cage shape there. And if I see other numbers that it could take, so like a 5, what can a 5 take? We should talk about that. I'll add this in a dedicated video, but okay. And this is presuming that you know root 5, root 3, 5, like we talked about. You should know the notes in your parent cage shapes. But I know that so 2s, 4s, and 6s, you should know what everything can take, what every chord in a key can take. 2, 4, and 6, 9, 11, and 13, right? A 2 is a 9, 4 is an 11, 13, 6 is a 13. They're identical, right? It does not matter what octave they're in. Here's all you need to remember. So every chord in a key takes regular 2, 4s, and 6s, just not flats or sharps, except for the following. The 3 chord takes a flat 2 and a flat 6. You got to memorize that. The 3 chord takes a flat 2. So like here's my 2 chord. I can give it a regular 2, a regular 4, regular 6. Right? How do I know that's a 6, by the way? You know, because presumably I know root 5, root 3, 5. And if that's a 5, that's a 6. That's a 7. That's a 1. That's a flat 7. There's a 6. There's a flat 6. There's a 5. There's a flat 5 or a sharp 4. There's a 4, right? Because 7 and 1 are together. 3 and 4 are together. Right? And so this one has a flat 3, which would be right up against a 2, right? Just that game makes sense. You should endeavor to catch up on that type of thing. Or maybe I should make a video clearly explaining it. But so that 2 chord can take a regular 13, and it can take a regular 2 and a regular 4. This 3 chord though, so let's put it in context. 1, 2, 3. You hear that? This is wrong, right? It's a wrong note. Now, if you like that sound, now you know where to go to get it, which is give the 3 chord a 2, a 9. And you'll hear that sometimes from guitar players. You'll hear it on other stuff. I mean, it's from Metal Gear Solid 3. I get my life. Back key for me. Not for honor, but for you. 3 chord in my time. Actually, they did a dominant chord there. There be no one else. And I remember the violins played something like that on the 3 chord, and you can taste it as it goes by. 20 years ago, me playing Metal Gear Solid 3, it's like, oh, the violins just did a 9 on the 3 chord, right? You will learn to taste it like that, just to immediately recognize it through use and through putting it under your hands, and the more times you give it a 9 versus a flat 9, you like, okay, I know that sound. So, but anyway, 1 chord, 2, 3. It takes a flat 9, and it takes a flat 6, because let's say 1, 2, I'm gonna give it a 6, a 13, and I go to 3. That 13 doesn't work, right? It'd be a flat 13. So the 3 chord takes a flat 2 and a flat 6, flat 9 and a flat 13. 4 chord, this is easy to remember. 4 chord takes a sharp 4. Here's my 5, sharp 4, or here's a 5. Right? Because if I do, I mean, we've all heard this 1. I say the 1 can take a regular 4, but if I go to the 4, all of a sudden you can tell that sounds like Southern rock or something, but it was a wrong note, right? It's a wrong note in a cool way, depending on what sound, if you like that sound. But so 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 3, here's a sharp 4. 4 takes a sharp 4. It takes a regular 7 and 6. And then 6 takes a flat 6. So look, the 3 you got to remember. 3 chord takes a flat 2 and a flat 6. That one's the only one that's not just ridiculously easy to remember. 3 chord takes a flat 2 and a flat 6. 4 takes a sharp 4, easy to remember. 6 takes a flat 6, easy to remember, right? Those are the only, like, as you're just, if you want to see extensions, as you're going by, and all these other options of notes. So I'm on this 2, and I decide to give it a 9 and a 4, or a 9, right? So root 5, root 2, or 9, and there's a 4 because I know this is a flat 3. It's 3, right? 3 flat 4. So here's my 2 chord of the moment. It's kind of cool. In fact, I'm hearing something that's cool, right? Right. So that's your framework for knowing what chords you can do. So 6, 5, because I know that's a 5, and I'm just giving it the right key shape. 4, 3. So what am I thinking there? I'm thinking 4, but the D shape. Anyway, this framework will give you, like, as you learn a new voicing, find out where you can use it in the key. So, like, for example, it's a major 7, right? It's essentially that. That's the root, right? I've given it instead of this root, a 7, and I've put the 3 on the bottom, right? What chords in a key can be major 7? Well, the 1 and the 4, right? So back to the key, we're in the key of D flat, so sorry. Right, and then 4. Anyway, look, so you learn a new voicing, find out where it can go in the key. Suppose you like the sound of a flat 7 chord that's major 7. Well, this is a major 7 chord, right? How about I work it right here to where it'd be a flat 7. So let's work it into that song I was writing. So it's my 4 chord. 1. D shape. 1. That flat 7 chord is kind of dark, you know? So this is the framework in which to incorporate every chord voicing you ever learn. Let's say a good example. Weird Fishes by Radiohead. Here's the thing. Where do these are, this is a minor chord, minor 7 chord, right? Root, flat 3, flat 7. Minor 7 chord again. Triad, but a dominant chord and a major 7. Well, look, this is clearly a 2, 3, right? 2 and 3 are minor. It's the only place you get 2 minor chords a whole step in a row. This could be a 6 and a 7, but forget that. So 2, 3, 5, 4, right? Well, look, I mean, we're in the key of D flat, right? That voicing of root 3, 7, so 6, 4. I'll be using those Radiohead voicings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. See what I mean? So you learn a new type of voicing, always take it back to this framework and work it in, right? In my case, like those Radiohead voicings. I like playing with the 2. Remember, a 3 chord takes a flat 2, right? 3, 2, 1. I don't know. You know what? I can play this song on my own channel, so I have the rights to it. I don't remember what key it's in though. Should I endeavor to keep these? Why do I say endeavor? Oh man, piece of crap. Why do I? Should I try to keep these things shorter than a certain length? I don't know. Song called "All of Anything." I don't know what key it's in. All right. All right. So apparently it's in B flat. I didn't remember. So the way I wrote this song originally. So it's like it's 4. So when I originally wrote it, I wrote this 4, and then I'm going to this 1, down to C. Now eventually that just became the melody. Sorry, I never cared how things got so far. Those are the other voicings. The chorus voicings are cool. Anyway, so you learn a voicing from a Radiohead song, go work it into the key. The key. See all the places you can use it, how you can morph it through the different shapes. This is your new interpretive framework. For music, you know, like, at least for your chord playing for now. So let's say, you know, here's something I like to do. We'll stay in the key of D flat. I like to give chords their 6. So like here's my 4 chord. Or let's say as a triad. Giving a chord a 6 is interesting because the 6 will attempt a coup d'etat. It will attempt to take over as the root. Watch this. Here's my 4 chord. I took this 5 of the chord up to a 6. It's actually a 2 chord. It's a 2 chord now. It's 2 over 4, right? Here's my 5 chord. Now it's a 5 chord. A 3 over 5. So, but I prefer doing it with 7th chords. So, there's 7th chords, right? right? So, we've got this song, You Don't Know What Love Is. Oh, it was tuned down a half step. I forgot that. But the lick is, so in the key of A minor, even though it's tuned down a half step, I guess. So 6, 5, 4. So I'm thinking major 4, but I'm giving it a 6, which changes the flavor, right? Because it's kind of a 2 chord now. Now 6. C major 7. Oh yeah, look, that Radiohead voicing over G. So I do that trick a decent bit. There's a song called, I talked about, I Thought I Could Save You. Oh, by the way, I only write something in an odd meter if it's clear that the line should be odd, an odd meter, right? That doesn't feel odd meter because it doesn't feel like I'm trying to do a math problem, because the line is what determined that it should be an odd meter. I didn't set out saying I want to do some fancy math in my song, right? I think that's a big trap. Yeah. Listen to the first Dream Theater album and see if you don't think every single idea that anybody put on the table. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so 4, 1. Six. Now 4 is my 4, my 3, right? So that's what the guitar does. So 4 is kind of a 2 over 4, and then 3 to 1. So this little now I'm the main point here is that I got this little trick that I think is cool to do in one chord. I go ahead and morph it through every chord in the key. I assimilate it into my vision of the entire key, which is scale numbers on the bottom, couple of 2 to 3 strings, and then I work that voicing through the whole thing, right? And it becomes a part of what I do, right? Any voicing or set of voicings that you ever run into, the way to assimilate it into your playing, into your writing, is to bring it back to seeing the bottom few notes as chords, right? I mean, as numbers. The bottom few strings as numbers. Make sense? What else? We can start talking writing soon, but this is the framework in which you'll likely do all of your writing, you know? At least you'll do all of your chord decisions is through this. It's also the framework in which, the previous video hinted at this, in which you can incorporate chords that aren't in the key, right? So if I see that this is 1, 7, 6, I see that flat 7 right there, and if I'm like we did earlier. So my 6, right? Does that make sense? So I don't know who I'm asking. I don't think the technology has evolved that far. I'll use my laundry analogy later. The AMA thing last week was kind of fun. I don't know. I thought it was all right. Just if you go find the previous AMA, it's a theory. What's it called? Hold on. This should be right here. Yeah, AMA 1. Lucky for us, music theory is easy. If you got anything music theory that you're working through, and you're stumped on, ask it in there, and this week I'll answer it. And then on the AMA 2, just ask whatever it is. Let's just drill a hole right through. I don't know what that. Build a hole. So clever. Let's just fix whatever theory thing you're dealing with. Yeah. It's most theory is not. I don't know that any theory is easy. It's just that like a common refrain from me, you're probably thinking of it in an inefficient way, right? Inefficient ways include every theory book that's ever been that big or larger. Something's wrong. If you got a theory book that's that big or larger, or probably even that big or larger, depends on what it is. You know, because some things could be, yeah, it could be dealing with a ton of data, right? But if it's, anyway, so, yeah, that's it. I may also do, this would make me a total jerk. Not this, sorry, I finger Tourette syndrome. It's really like, I want to hear this thing. I want to hear this thing. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I may, somebody this morning said, do How to Build a Hole or something. I may, you'll see me become unlikable very quickly, but I may start a series where I go through Fantastic Boom songs. What the few of you who have lived to 21, almost 22 minutes into the video, feel free to talk me out of that. I may, yeah, I may become unlikable during that. Cool. Yep, makes sense. So any chord voicing you find, you come back and assimilate it into this, right? What ends up happening is, you know, you end up with a bunch of things, right? Like in that case, I know this is a major 7 sus2. Well, it's not sus2, it's over 3. Major 9 that is essentially the E shape. So 4, 1. Look at this. It's writing some 80s Bruce Hornsby song or something. What I only know the, like, whatever 2 songs were on the radio back then. Anyway, flat 7, right? 1.